PBA Players Championship warm-up for our position round coming to a close. Mike Jakubowski with Players Championship winner, Major Championship titleist Scott Norton and Jeff Goodger. And we've got a legit battle on our hands. We've got a battle for the lead. Cooley's going to be the #3 seed. And we've got a battle, Scott, for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th with an outside shot at 9th.
Yeah, and that's what, I mean, like you said, it makes the subscription so worth it. You have 4 matches going on at the same time, and every one of them has implications for the TV show. 1 minute. You have Jesper, he just threw a plastic ball down the lane. Not sure if he's planning on doing that or maybe not. But if he is not able to get a good look and has a rough game, he could drop all the way out of the show if somebody in the 6, 7, 8 spot shoots a big game. So every single one of these matches has implications for the TV show.
Kyle Troupe's 7th position will take on Anthony Pepe. Just 2 weeks ago at the Tournament of Champions, the heat for the show came out of the 7-8 match, and Brad Angelo was 1 shot away from making the show and stealing that spot from Tom Doherty.
That worked out to be rather fortuitous for Tom Doherty since he ran the ladder and almost ended up winning.
Kyle Troupe versus Anthony Pepe, 7-8. DJ Archer is in the show in 5th. Norm Duke outside in 6th. Phil, what do you got?
I had a chance to talk to Pepe and Kyle Troupe before they started practice, and Kyle basically just said he needs to stay in the moment. He needs, he knows he needs a big game. He's had a couple opportunities recently, especially at the TOC, where he just kind of let himself get away mentally. He knows he can strike. He's got 2 300 games already this tournament. He knows he can throw strikes. It's just don't be afraid. Trust in yourself. Don't be afraid when you get up there in every shot. Talking to Anthony Pepe, he hit this pair earlier. He knows the right lane plays 7 or 8 boards, overall hooking more than the left lane does. And he was thinking maybe going with a different ball in each lane. We'll see what happens when he starts, but he knows he needs a big game, but the confidence he has is that he's done that recently. At the Grand Casino Southwest Winter Open, he was more than 40 pins down going to the position round against CJ Tackett, and he shot 278 to win that tournament. So Pepe knows he's been there before recently. He can put a big game together, get enough pins and make something happen.
Also a battle for the tournament lead. Graham Faw and Ryan Simonelli separated by just 13 pins. Any win from Simonelli, he would advance to the tournament lead. Cooley is way too far beyond 2nd, and he's got 121 pin advantage over Svensson. So Cooley locked into 3rd. And as you mentioned, Scott, as we examine the math, Svensson is not safe, as well as DJ Archer on the bubble.
DJ is certainly not safe since there are so many people behind him. Jesper is relatively safe because there would be too many people having to shoot a big game to have to pass him. But that's not to say that if he doesn't get some early struggles, some bad breaks, that, I mean, anything's possible. We've all seen everything that is possible to be seen.
And Sam's going to treat this game, Sam Cooley's going to treat this game against Jesper like it's a match on TV, because he wants to get the feel, he wants to get the rhythm and flow, because with this being his first big TV appearance for the PBA Tour, Sam wants to start getting that feeling right away, and he's got the crowd right behind him, and he's going to try to use that to his advantage not only tonight but on Sunday's telecast as well.
Well, that's indicative. Cooley's first shot just a touch into the nose, perhaps a little bit of nerve on that first shot. Troupe and Pepe, this is 7 and 8 positioning. Kyle's 13 away from 5th. Anthony 41 away from 5th. Anthony dropping out of the top 5 for the first time, and Cooley picks up his spare. Also, Graham Faw and Ryan Simonelli, 1 game match for the lead. Here's Norm Duke with a spirited run to make another major telecast. Begins with a flat 10 pin.
And it's going to be interesting to see how Anthony Pepe responds to that last game. He is bowling this game. Oh, no. That's a bad time to do that. It's going to be interesting to see how Anthony Pepe responds, because he's coming off of the pair. He's bowling on the pair that he just came off of. He just shot 180 on that pair. They are missing an 8 pin on that lane again. So it's critical here for Anthony to get off to a good start, since he struggled on this pair just the last game. But he got a couple shots of practice, so he got to try some different things. He definitely moved in on that lane, and that looks much better. That was the lane that was hooking quite a bit more. So
Yeah, he didn't seem too worried about being back on that pair right away. Having the practice to get throw a few shots, and to be able to have that. We've seen some guys before out here where it's kind of rattling a bit going back on a pair, and they think more about the past than the present. And Anthony definitely staying in the present on that shot.
Yeah, I got to tell you, most of the time it works out to my disadvantage. Haha, the Dukes are coming out. It works out to my disadvantage when I come off a pair that I shot a big game on, because then I'm expecting to have that same ball reaction through another 12 frames, and when I get a little bit of wiggle or a little bit of burn, that can make my swing tighten up a little bit.
Pepe, and he flat sevens. Faw and Simonelli double at each other for the tournament lead. Cooley is likely going to stay right where he is in third, facing Jesper Svensson. This is DJ Archer and Norm Duke. The battle inside and outside the line. DJ's in at the moment, and a strike working, and mixing strike.
I will say it is mathematically possible for Jesper to pass Sam. It would require Sam to shoot sub 200 and Jesper to shoot 300, but it is mathematically possible.
Simonelli and Graham Faw. Will another PBA rookie seed himself first in a PBA major? We'll find out after this match. Double apiece. Make that turkey apiece.
And actually, Anthony wasn't a rookie. He was on the ballot last year for Rookie of the Year.
I meant Graham.
No, right.
He was on.
No, he would be the first. Jesper and Anthony were both.
They were both on the
ballot last year, so Graham would be the first rookie to make him to be top seed in the major telecast this year. There was a little confusion about that online as well, because a lot of people after Anthony's win thought, well, he's a lock for Rookie of the Year, but he bowled enough the previous season last year to put himself on the ballot last year. Unfortunately, he was up against Jesper, and that was a tall order. Tall order this year. They both won a major.
Very true, and all strikes in the 1-2 matchup.
Yeah, Simonelli talked about he was going to use practice to his advantage. All the lefties that hit that pair during match play this evening, and he knew they were going to be hooking more than other pairs he'd been on previously. He had 239 on there last time he was on. He figured if he just got a chance to build a little buffer for himself, he could use it to his advantage against Faw.
Solid 10 for Duke. 10 pin for Svensson, and Graham Faw trying to match Simonelli's 4-bagger. And they each have 4, battling for the tournament lead. Duke rained this 10-pin. Picks up the spare. Duke trailing Archer by 10, needs any win to get ahead of Archer, but that will also depend on what happens with Troupe and Pepe. Tough start for Kyle Troupe.
Yeah, you never want to start with a single pin open. Obviously, there's a lot of game left, but that's not the way you want to start, and especially when as we were talking about what happened at the Tournament of Champions, you don't want that to start creeping into your mind that early in the match. That was a much better shot there on lane 27, so
Graham Faw.
Hopefully he's able to shake that off. Oh
my. Preview of a potential title match Sunday live on ESPN. Here's Norm Duke with a big crowd behind him.
That was vintage Duke right there.
Solid 8 for Jesper. Pepe.
Yeah, that flat 7 again.
5-bagger apiece for the tournament lead.
Think they both won it? It's such a big thing to only have to win one match for a major championship.
In the event of a 300-300 tie, Graham Faw would be the tournament leader.
Yes, he would. Or any tie for that matter.
Archer.
And
tight.
Looks like he
3-6.
turned that one just a little early.
Side-by-side action and matches of importance for the tournament lead and for the show here at the Barbasol PBA Players Championship. It's all strikes in the 1-2. 6-bagger for Simonelli.
Suppose that you would expect no less out of the two that have been averaging 240 this entire tournament.
Archer at the 3-6. Converts. Tentative on the landing. Tournament lead to the left, 19 and 20. All strikes. Here's Graham Faw, bidding to make his national television debut in a major as the tournament leader, going up against Ryan Simonelli, U.S. Open winner. All strikes, 6 frame.
Oscar Palermo, he needed a big game to get a chance to make a run, and he just whiffed a 10-pin in the 4th frame, no doubles yet, so that's pretty much going to end any hope for Oscar passing 4 of the players that get into the show.
Thanks, Phil. Palermo was sitting 9th, and that was one of the long shots. Now down to Pepe, Troupe, and Duke to try to pass Archer. Svensson looking in good shape against Cooley. Cooley with the double working, 3rd position, trying to stay there. Turkey should cement him in the middle, avoiding that opening match.
He'll be 3rd.
Graham Faw, the first non-strike.
And as long as Jesper can stay clean, he'll probably be safe for the show. The only one with any real string so far is DJ, and he's only got 3. So as long as Jesper's able to stay clean, he will likely stay in either 4th or 5th, and he'll be on the show.
Oh.
Anthony there with now a wrap 7.
No doubles in the 7-8, so no heat thus far coming out of that spot. Svensson clears the deck. He's got 3 of 5 and a strike working. Norm Duke against DJ Archer. This is the battle to jump into the show. DJ the advantage with the turkey. Norm gets the double.
And that's a lane he just flat 10'd on twice. And this is a really important shot for Norm, because it can go one of 2 ways. I fully expect Norm to get up and throw a quality shot as he normally does. But a lot of times you have one lane down really easy and the other one you're struggling on, then you finally get that double on the other lane, and then you can sometimes end up losing the one that you had. So important shot here for Duke to really put some heat on DJ.
Simonelli to take and extend his lead. And Ryan Simonelli, how about the front 7? Bidding to be the tournament leader. Kyle Troupe working on a strike. He gets a double. He'd need sheet, I would imagine.
It's early yet, but it's sure looking that way.
And normal reset. Norm can take the lead with a turkey from DJ Archer. Any win from Duke, he passes Archer on the bonus pins.
And Ryan with the front 8 now. If Graham misses in either of these next 2 shots, I would safely say that Ryan's going to be our tournament leader.
Duke to take the lead against Archer, and he fits it in.
Didn't like it. Doesn't matter. At this point, it just matters how many times you get 10 to fall. He looks like he had a little issue with footing right there. And this is where Phil is saying Norm was having some issues with his footing, was in the middle of the house here, where most of the people were having issues on the higher end. So we just saw that again a little bit. It didn't look like Norm quite got his foot under him, and that might be what caused it. Kyle putting together a triple. Things are starting to heat up a little bit. That was a really good shot out of Graham.
Archer to take the lead back.
Oh.
And the 7 wobbles. Pepe strikes. Troupe can shoot 269 if he goes off the sheet. Jesper with the strike.
Pepe's going to need to strike out if he wants a chance to make this show. There's no 2 ways about it. This is, the rest of them are done at this point for him.
Archer takes the long way there.
He does that. He always hooks at his left side spares.
Foundation for Graham Faw.
Flat 7 there.
Ryan Simonelli in command to take the lead and be the tournament leader and seat himself into the title match.
All Ryan has to do is stay clean at this point, and he'll be your tournament leader.
Pepe must strike.
That was a great shot. Good move off the wrap 7.
Jesper 4-bagger. Cooley 5-bagger. You're likely looking at Svensson, your 4th seed, and Cooley, your 3rd seed. Simonelli in control at the moment for the top seed. The only question remaining, who will be the number 5 seed?
And it really is still anyone's game here. There's a lot of game left. That was a good shot there.
Duke's single pin lead can extend it with another strike in the 7th. Kyle Troupe, and Kyle Troupe puts a turkey together.
And Ryan just struck in the 9th, so it doesn't matter what he does. He's going to be tournament leader now. He just needs about 6 in the 10th, and he will be our tournament leader, which would put Faw in the number 2 seed, Sam Cooley number 3.
Here comes Norm Duke.
And Jesper Svensson number 4.
Kyle Troupe has a 4-bagger working, 269 max.
So 4 of our seeds are set, and we're just waiting on the 5th. And they're starting to heat up now. Started off a little slow. And Ryan has the front 10.
Kyle Troupe up with a full ride. He can get to 20-61. Seventh frame, 4 strikes working for Troupe, recovering after the missed single pin. And a reset. Yielding to Norm Duke.
Oh, I think they were resetting because of the pin down here. I had to clear out of the gutter.
Kyle backs off, and Norm Duke will play first on lane 25. Simultaneous with Simonelli. Both strike.
Good shot out of both of them. We got 2 good shots there, and we have Ryan with the front 11. It's a good way to cement yourself into the tournament lead. I just saying I'm going to take this, and that's kind of what that's how I try to approach this as well. Is you don't wait for your opponent to make the mistake. You just get out there and throw 12 amazing shots, and that's all you can do.
And that's high, and a 3-pin for Troupe for 300. Ryan Simonelli, perfect game, your tournament leader at the Players.
That was a well-bowled game by Ryan, too. Big shot here for DJ. These next 2 are going to be huge. That looked pretty good. That looked pretty good.
Battle for the show. Troupe on the spare.
And the more these 2 strike on 25 and 6, the less likely it is that the 2 on 27 and 8 are going to have a chance to get in.
Troupe's max now 20-40.
And right now with Anthony 31 behind Norm Duke, he would have to not only win this match, but beat Norm by 32. So if he strikes out for 228, Norm would have to shoot, I'm sorry, 258. Norm would have to shoot 220, what did I say, 31? 227 to stay in, which it looks like he is well ahead of that pace.
Pepe's max 20-22 with a win. Graham Faw will be your number 2 seed. He'll bowl out of the semifinal slot in his television debut.
What a great tournament for him. Just well bowled from start to finish.
Duke on a 5-bagger, DJ double working foundation frame. Messenger, yes. Pepe strike, still max 20-22.
Unfortunately, I just don't think that's going to be enough.
Archer and Duke putting up numbers.
Kyle could potentially get there, although that shot in the 7th really hurt. It would take something pretty fantastic out of Norm and DJ to give him an opportunity to get back in this, but
And he'd have to win.
One never knows.
He's still 20-40 max, but he has to win that match.
Not sure what Norm's doing here up on the left lane. He's up on the right lane right now. And that's about it for Kyle, unfortunately.
Pepe can still max at 20-22 if he punches. Now Norm Duke, 5-bagger working, 9th frame. Flat 10.
See him right there, you saw the difference in the rev rate between DJ and Norm. DJ's shot was also a flat 10, but because of his rev rate, he was able to get the head pin to come back across and take out the 10 instead of the 6. There with Norm, because he is playing so straight and trying to take his hand out of the ball to be able to play the dry, he's not going to get that messenger because there's just not as much power behind his ball. That's not where he's trying to get his ball to hit. He is aiming high flush.
Spare for Duke. And he still maintains a 1-pin advantage over DJ Archer. Any win from Duke, and he's in.
But now, regardless of what Norm does in the 10th, it's ball in hand for DJ. Kyle finishing this out. That was a better shot. The last two, unfortunately, he just turned them a little bit too early. Never got down lane. That one was much better. Unfortunately, just a little bit too late. Still a great run out of him. Another great run out of him. And it won't be long before he has another opportunity to be on the show.
249 max for Norm Duke, 10th frame.
That was a little left to target, but that again is what I was saying, is that he's trying to get the ball high flush, just like that. Whereas last shot on the right lane was a little bit too flat. Didn't quite catch enough of the pocket. Strike for Anthony. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too late for him, I think. Still can move up in the standings, and at this level up here, I mean, we're talking about 1,000 or 2 per spot, so.
Huge shot for Duke. This makes DJ work in the 10th.
Yes, it does. Yeah, that was not quite as far left as the last one. He was relying on down lane motion, and that's just not what his ball is doing. Now DJ just has to get up and throw the first one. Good shot at Anthony. Again, unfortunately, even with the, actually, yeah, if DJ were not to strike in the 10th, Norm has too much to.
Yeah.
Norm has too much. He'll have 69 pins.
That's more than 2022.
And it's going to be more than 2022.
So basically, it comes down to this. The winner of this match is the number 5 seed.
So here we have it. 1 strike for the show. Next shot doesn't matter. Doesn't need count after that. He just needs 1 here.
Valiant finish for Pepe,
yeah.
But he'll fall short. That's tough after being there for so long.
It is really tough. It is really tough. And it's sad to see because I know how hard he works on his game and how hard he works on his mental game, and faltered a little bit near the end, but he really did bowl a great game. That game, his only misses were 7 pins, so good effort by him. Unfortunately, just the match here was so good as well.
You've been there, put us there. 1 shot to make a television show.
You just, it's not about ball motion. It's not about anything other than guts. This is all will, mind over matter. That looked a little left. Yeah.
Norm Duke is the number 5 seed. Ryan Simonelli with a perfect game. Tournament leader Graham Faw will make his tournament and television debut. Sam Cooley 3rd, Jesper Svensson 4th, bidding for a 2nd major, and Hall of Famer Norm Duke with another chance to extend his Hall of Fame career and claim another major title.
And he did it in vintage Norm fashion. Everyone else is playing in, or further in anyway. Actually, that drops Archer down to 7th. Anthony goes around Anthony goes around Archer, so Anthony will be the first out. Anthony will be 6th, Norm 5th, Jesper 4th, Cooley 3rd.
And tears in Norm's eyes as he goes back to hug a few people right now, and you can just tell he's emotionally spent after fighting back all tournament long. Had to drop out at the Tournament of Champions due to a neck injury. Not the greatest week in the Masters, and then fighting back here at the TOC.
And the difference in the match, the 5-bagger in the middle.
He did it before. He was gutting out games earlier. 5 spares, finishing off the sheet for 240 and saving games. And he took 15 pins in that match when he tied against Osku Palermo. That's a big difference maker from earlier in the night as well.
And it was a match he wasn't in. He wasn't in that match. He was down a lot early. Osku started strong, but he finished out. He threw the last 7 to get to 240. And it's those kind of, as we talked about all night, it's those games. Those games are the ones that got Norm on the show. The ones that he gutted out, that he got to 240, he got those 15 pins. Those are the reasons that he's where he's at now.
Scott Norton, it's been a blast.
Thank you. It has been fun. What an exciting position round.
Let's meet our top 5 in the Barbasol PBA Players Championship.
Bowling fans of Columbus, how about a round of applause for some incredible action as we wrap up match play at the Barbasol PBA Players Championship. How would you like to meet the top 5 who will compete live on ESPN Sunday at 1 Eastern? Gentlemen, please report to lanes 25 and 26. First, your number 5 qualifier is a PBA Hall of Famer. He gutted out a great position round match against DJ Archer in a clutch 5-bagger. Seated himself 5th. To extend his Hall of Fame career, he'll bowl out of the number 5 position from Claremont, Florida, PBA Hall of Famer, Norm In the opening match on ESPN, he will face a gentleman bidding for his 2nd major in 2016. He became the youngest player ever to win the Tournament of Champions, representing Sweden, the number 4 seed, Jesper Svensson. The winner of that opening match will face the number 3 seed, making his American television debut, the Australian, the number 3 seed, Sam Cooley. In the semi-final match out of Ontario, Canada, bidding to become the first Canadian to win a PBA Tour event and a PBA Major Championship, Graham Faw. How do you become the tournament leader at the Barbasol PBA Players Championship? How about a 300 game in the position round match? He will bowl for this title, the U.S. Open winner from Cheektowaga, New York, the Ryan Express, Ryan Simonelli. (1 p.m. Sunday, live on ESPN. Here are your top 5 for the Barbasol PBA Players Championship. Bowling fans, make sure to get your tickets for Sunday's show, 1 o'clock, and PBA Pro-Am and Fan Day all day tomorrow. Before we leave, how about a big, rousing round of applause for Wayne Webb and everybody here at Columbus Bowl for their tremendous support of the PBA Players Championship.